Hey there everybody, it's another great day for a workout here on Jessica Smith TV, and today we're going to do a very simple, basic foam rolling routine that you can try at home anytime that your muscles are feeling really tight, maybe have a little bit of knots in them that you need to work out. So the foam roller I'm using is a half foam roller. It is made of foam. Some of them are a little bit stronger and can cause a little bit more pressure. So just as we go through, of course, listen to your body. Some of the moves that I do may not feel good to you, so skip those. Just do what really works for you, and depending on the shape and density of your foam roller, you might need to back it off or add a little more pressure than I'm using too. So we're gonna start off actually rolling through the lats. So I want you to just bring your roller to one side of your body, and you're just gonna kind of land to your side, extending your bottom arm out, and try to position that roller right underneath your armpit. Ooh, I can feel that right there. So make yourself as comfortable as you can. It's kind of an awkward position. Your legs can extend or be bent, but we wanna be able to exert some pressure into the roller. Just kind of sink your body down and just gently kind of roll back and forth. So with the roller, you don't want to move too quickly back and forth. You kind of want to explore until you find that spot, ooh, right there, where there might be a knot in your muscles, some extra tension. And once you find that, try to hold it, exert a little more pressure into it so that we can allow it to relax a little bit. We want to work out that adhesion that you might be feeling. So give yourself about 30 to 60 seconds on the knots that you might find, if you find some. Some of you may not have any, which is great too. You can just kind of keep massaging back and forth if you're not finding anything, but you just don't want to zip through it too quickly. You want to give yourself time to really kind of get deep into your tissues. Good. If it's bothering your neck, you can relax your neck even more. You don't want to create any tension in your neck either. Now from this position, you could also start to roll kind of back onto your shoulder a little bit and forward. But again, this is really going to be about what feels good to you, what doesn't feel good to you. There's going to be a degree of uncomfortableness to it, but of course you need to know the difference between that discomfort and pain. Nothing should be painful. So if you feel pain, stop immediately and rest or move on to the next move. Okay, so we did that one side. Let's go ahead and switch and do it on the other. This is not the most exciting looking workout, but it needs to be done sometimes. So go ahead and just lay onto the side, good. So those of you that have done any foam rolling with me before, you know the analogy that I like to use is somebody told me once that foam rolling is really kind of like taking a pair of jeans out of the dryer for the first time. They're super tight and kind of crunchy. So you put them on, and we all have our little routine that we do. We like hop around like frogs trying to loosen them up, right? So this is kind of similar to that. We just kind of want to like stretch out the tenseness, the tightness that we build into our muscles as we're doing regular exercise. It just happens, right? So this type of restorative work with the foam roller and stretching are so important. We don't always think about them. We're always so focused on strength training and cardio and all that stuff, but this is such a key component of a really balanced workout program that's going to give you longevity and give you the strength and power and range of motion that you need to make the most out of those more intensive workouts. And remember, you can kind of roll back onto your shoulder here too if you want. Once you find that adhesion, just kind of hold it. Good. And now since we're here and we kind of have put a little bit of pressure into your neck, I want to release that pressure right now. So let's just carefully come up, and you're going to just lay onto your back and place the foam roller underneath your neck. So we have all these muscles in our neck that we don't often think about, right? But we're using them all the time. So just kind of nod your head yes first, very slowly. And again, the degree of pressure that you put into the roller is going to be completely personal and up to you. But just kind of try to roll it up and down the back of your neck gently. And again, if you feel a little point of tension, just try to hold it and put a little pressure into it. And then you can also gently just shake your head no in slow motion from side to side rolling across the muscles this way as well. Good. Peanut already did her foam rolling, so she's completely relaxed already. Good. So, again, this is really personal, but one of the things that I try to do is get regular massages, just because I don't always foam roll as much as I should. So, and it's more relaxing, when you get to go and have somebody help you get out all those knots. But foam rolling can be a form of massage, something that you can do on your own. It's certainly less expensive, but just see if you can find a way to work this type of care for your body into your workout routine. Good. I don't get regular massages either, really. Who am I kidding? Maybe every 6 months, once a year. I need to start doing more foam rolling as I'm doing this. Okay, so let's move on. We're gonna go into the back next. Now, a lot of people may not want to do this. If you have any back issues, you might want to skip this part. Some people say you shouldn't roll your back. I personally think it feels really good, but again, it's gonna be up to you and your body. So see what feels good to you. You just kind of want to gently, you can put your hands across your chest, but rolling up and down carefully through your spine. Go slowly. If you feel like you need more support, you could bring your fingertips to the floor behind you. And I love this because sometimes you get like a little crackling in your back, which again feels good to me, may not feel good to you. So if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And again, you just want to kind of be cautious anytime you're putting any type of pressure on your spine like this, but go carefully and slowly. Again, if you feel a knot, hold it. And you're just kind of just rolling slightly up and down that spine. You don't have to go through your whole back. And then just release your hips and gently sit on up. So let's move down into the lower body now, are always our favorite. So we have more muscle in the lower half, which means we're probably gonna have more knots down there too. So we'll start on the side. So just kind of lift your bottom hip up, turn yourself so you're right on the side of your hip, and maneuver with your hands, and you can use the top leg, just kind of cross it over, give yourself a little more support. And just start slowly rolling from the hip bone down to the top of your knee. Now you don't want to get right on the side of your knee joint because we don't want to put that pressure on the knee. Oof. And this is where the fun begins. Again, if you find that adhesion, that tightness, hold it. Try to work out those kinks. Good. That's it. I wish I knew of a way to make this more fun and exciting, but I don't. Without losing the purpose behind it, right? If we go through it quickly, we don't get anything out of it. So take your time, just keep rolling back and forth. Again, if you're not finding anything, you can just keep on moving. But if you are, make sure you're staying on it a little bit. Give yourself that 30 to 60 second window to kind of work it out. Good. And once you've had enough on that leg, you gotta do the other side. So we're gonna switch sides, swing it around. And the thing about foam rolling is you can do it before a workout, after a workout, on its own. It really depends on, what works best for you. Some trainers recommend, and I know the National Academy of Sports Medicine recommends foam rolling both before and after a workout. Who has time for that? But there are benefits to it. You know, and again, it's like those jeans, you're loosening them up before you exercise, and then you make sure that they stay loose after you exercise. So it's certainly a good recommendation. I will confess that I don't do that, but if you have time for it, you think about it and you want to, awesome. Good. And another thing here too, guys, if you have any wrist issues, you could put your elbow on the floor just to give yourself a little more support as you roll down your leg. This is a workout in itself, is holding your body up on top of this thing. Good. And again, when you're done with this leg, come on down. So don't forget, guys, you have a pause button. If you need a little more time on the roller, just hit that pause button and then press play when you're ready to come back. So let's move in next to the calves, another favorite body part. So you can start with both legs on top and just kind of roll through here. I find that at least with this roller, that doesn't give me enough pressure. So I like to stack one leg on top of the other to give it a little more weight. Ooh, right there. Yeah. So again, experiment. See what feels good. If it's too hard for you to lift your hips up, you can kind of lean forward this way. Kind of roll it out in the way that works for you. Oh man, I haven't done this in a long time and I'm suffering for it. Good. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, some, not all, but some of this stuff could be done like with a tennis ball, although that's going to be a lot more painful because that gives you a lot more pressure. They also have massage balls now that you can buy, which offer similar benefits. I like the roller because it kind of just has more surface area and you can lift yourself into it, and you know, the balls are better for kind of like the neck and the shoulder area. But again, personal preference. Maybe you like to use both. Just keep rolling it out. I switched legs if you were doing one leg at a time. If you're following my lead, just make sure you switch legs too. And don't forget to breathe. You don't want to hold your breath when you find that knot. Okay, so we got 2 more. So we're gonna move into the glutes next. So you can just kind of have a seat on top of the roller, cross one leg over top of the other, and just kind of lean yourself into your cheek. And you're gonna roll from the back of your hip bone and down and around. Kind of, again, position yourself into it. Try to put as much weight into it as you can bear. Hold when you find that knot. If you find a knot, and just keep gently moving back and forth here. Good, that's it. And when you're ready, switch sides. Same thing on the other cheek. So your glutes are a really big fan-shaped muscle, so you kind of want to work around that big area. On the back of the hip bone and around to what we really call the hips, which is actually part of the glutes too. How you doing? You feeling this? Yeah. I'm right here with you. Good. And you know, once you watch this video, if you know what to do, you may not need to follow my lead. You can just do it on your own. But a lot of you guys have been requesting this, so I wanted to take you through it just in case you want to do it on your own with me. Good. Okay, so moving on, let's finish up with the quadriceps. So remember that you have several parts of the quadricep muscle. It's not just one straight down. So we're gonna lay on top of the roller, right underneath the hip bones, and Just slowly roll yourself down. Now again, you could do this one leg at a time, you could do it both legs at the time, but just start with your legs kind of parallel, toes facing forward. And again, we want to stop at the right above the kneecap. You don't want to put any pressure on the kneecap itself, right at the insertion of the quadriceps. So then, once you've taken the time to find any adhesions straight on, then you can turn your toes inward and kind of rotate the hips in, the toes in from the hips, I should say. And then you're kind of working towards the outside edge of the quadriceps muscle group. So you'll feel that sort of in a different area of the leg. Right, Peanut? And then finally, you can finish by turning the toes outward, which kind of gets to the inside muscle. So there's kind of 3 directions that you want to think about when you're doing the quadriceps, the front of the thighs. Straight on, turned in, and then turned out. Good, and then when you're done, just carefully walk yourself back off the roller and release it. So that's just my basic foam rolling routine. I hope that helped you out. There are other things you can do with the roller. Some people like to roll the chest, the shoulder. I kind of find it uncomfortable. So those are my favorite foam rolling movements that I do when I remember to do them. But hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit, showed you some things you can do with your foam roller. And as always, let me know what you'd like to see. Feel free to leave your requests in the comments below. Let me know, do you use your foam roller regularly? Are there other things you'd like to see us do with them? Let me know that too. Thanks guys so much for rolling with me today. I appreciate your time. Thanks for remembering to subscribe, like, and share your favorite videos, and Peanut and I will see you for another workout soon. Take care, everybody.